hidden camera footage of an undercover police operation. This is Eric Harris looking nervous as he appears to sell a gun to a plainclothes officer.
It's a Luger. German Luger.
When Harris spots an undercover car pulling up, he jumps out moments before he was shot by Reserve Deputy Robert Bates.
As you can see here, just looking at my hand.
Deputy Bates grabbed his handgun rather than his brightly coloured and less lethal taser.
He didn't have to. This is something that either he didn't really think about, or he just decided that he just wanted to shoot and he would worry about it later.
Robert Bates is an insurance executive who volunteers as a deputy in his spare time.
Roll on your stomach.
This is the moment he shot Harris.
Mr. Harris fled. He disobeyed the orders of law enforcement. He attempted to flee from capture, and when he was attempting to be subdued and still in a ground combat with deputies, this Deputy Bates approached and he attempted to use a less lethal device. Inadvertently, he used his handgun instead.
Robert Bates has been charged with second-degree manslaughter and could face up to 4 years in prison.
You shot me, man. Oh my God. You didn't do shit. You didn't do shit. You hear me? I'm losing my breath. Fuck your breath. His hands back.
As Ferguson, Missouri continues to grapple with the shooting death of Michael Brown by a police officer, another family and community is mourning a similar loss of yet another unarmed young black man.
We've had our own Michael Brown, Ezell Ford, gunned down right here.
My son was a good kid.
Neighbors say 25-year-old Ezell Ford was well known in the South Los Angeles community.
Everybody in the neighborhood took care of Ezell Ford.
An undercurrent of police mistrust has boiled over here before, the LA riots in 1992. Some residents are again on edge.
They're in fear of the police department.
It was just after 8 p.m. on August 11th when two officers from the Los Angeles Police Department confronted Ford as he was walking in his neighborhood. Police say Ford made, quote, suspicious movements, end quote, and looked like he was trying to conceal his hands before allegedly grabbing one of the officers.
A violent altercation ensued where the suspect actually attempted to grab the officer's gun.
Police say Ford and the officer fell to the ground in the struggle before both the officer and his partner fired their weapons at Ford. Ford would later die at the hospital. But Ashanti Harris, who allegedly witnessed the situation unfold from his apartment, saw things differently.
The police jumped out on him with the guns drawn out. He put his hands up. They wrestled him down to the ground. One shot went off, and then 2 seconds went by, and another shot went off, and then the other officer told him to shoot him again. Another officer, and he shot him again in the back while he was on the ground. He couldn't fight back. Two big cops are on top of him. They let Ezell die.
Now more than 2 weeks after the shooting, the LAPD has named the officers, 12-year police veteran Charlton Wampler and Antonio Villegas, on the force for 8 years.
No justice, no peace.
In the days since Ford's death, the community has organized marches to protest police brutality.
How do you explain when you have this level of deadly force against those that are not even accused of committing a crime and are not even armed?
But LAPD says the community should not rush to judgment as the investigation is ongoing.
It's important to us that we be transparent, that we be open, that we demonstrate as much as we can in terms of the viability of the investigation, because the public's trust is at the forefront.
Justice. Yes. Justice for Ezell.
We just want some kind of justice.
Some kind of justice and answers.
All we want to know is just why you do it.
Several people in the neighborhood say Ford had a mental disability, but the lawyer for the family refuses to clarify if this is true. That lawyer, who also represented Rodney King, says he plans to file a federal wrongful death lawsuit against the LAPD on behalf of the Fords. Stephanie Elam, CNN, Los Angeles.